Hello, Kingston. Welcome back. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we have a not part of the journey, just a regular 4v4 set in by a DT. Hold on. I can definitely sort of pronounce it. Chazlock 19. It is a on Ocaña, a Spanish peninsular battle here. And for those of you who do not know, fought on November 19th, I do believe, of 1809, which is why they're using the 1809 corps for this battle today. French forces, with major ones being Soult and Joseph Bonaparte, going up against a Spanish general, of which I will not even try to pronounce their name. Huge defeat for the coalition, of course. But of course, we're here today to see if they can change history. Can they turn things around? Because historically in the battle, they were totally surrounded. And in fact, the cav of the French seemed to really hurt the Spanish the most, which that could be very, very possible in today's battle. Now, as you can see already, the factions, of course, we have the Spanish factions here. We have a 10-point Spain. Where's the other one? Oh, yeah. 8-point Spain, and then you have a 13-point Wellesley, of course, bringing the Peninsular Coalition UK army, and then we do have a Portuguese army, a 7-point, and they're going up against the Grand Armée. Unfortunately, don't show the points for that, but there's a small Spanish cav C7 scouting in the back lines here, so maybe we'll see some action there. You know, maybe they'll hit a general, hit some artillery. Artillery already firing. You can see that actually the coalition has a very strong position. This 8-pounder artillery already firing. Look at these stacks of units. This may be a good... I meant to keep this in the back of my mind for a screenshot. You know, get some good screenshots from this battle. 6-pounders from Portugal already opening a fire, so obviously the French are definitely getting shot to pieces already here. You can see they did set up some stakes. And you can see they have taken a couple losses scattered here and there. Looks like mostly cavalry, but they have taken some losses. And this is a big, large open field that's going to span an attack along the entire side here. Going all the way up here. Spain's pushing up here. Now, the coalition has set up on the brow of this hill. I do like this because if their men are coming under artillery fire, they just got to fall back to this kind of empty part of the hill. Or not empty, but like, you know, the lower part of the hill where they can just hide from the artillery. Now, France is going to be pushing on Spain here on the flank. It looks like they have cavalry already, some chevaliers, some chasseurs cheval, as France is going to advance across this small little creek here. With their line of infantry and artillery, trying to get in position to defend this hill. I love the coalition position here, but whenever you see a good position, you don't want to move from it, and I'm worried the coalition will not want to move from this position. Remember, you can use a strong position to advance from, have a good attack, because right now the coalition is not really scouting that much. They have no idea where the French are coming from. Of course, Spain is pushing out a little bit here, but there's not a lot of scouting on either side here. Oh, we do have some light dragoons, the Emperor's chambermaids. What kind of a name would you... Chambermaids? Really? You guys aren't females. Lies. I was like, the Amazons on the battlefield. No. We do have a large unit of the cavalry of Portugal. I promise I'm not having a stroke. Every time I get home from work and try recording right after that, it never works well. Whenever I get home from work, my brain's already dead. But you know, this is too fun. Too relaxing not to enjoy these epically large battles. You do have some Spanish calves, some lancers pushing up here, and here is the French position. My goodness, what an imposing... Oh, these poor sappers getting just a shot landed directly on them. There's a lot of artillery, of course, from the French. This is going to be brutal. Like, if anyone advances, both sides are going to punish the other, or even giving up even a little bit. Now, there's a lot more coalition artillery at the moment. They can start really shelling this position. The French don't seem to want to move too much. They are, of course, you can see, forming up, massing up. In the center, left flank, and then, of course, probably the right flank. Yep, they have infantry pushing up as well here. So this is going to be a large battle, probably raging along the entire line. And what a large battle. This is what I love about NTW3. I do hear a cav charge. These cavalry of Portugal kind of getting scared. They're running back here as the French are obviously on the other side of the road, probably trying to sneak around the back. So Portugal needs to probably put their cav defensively to make sure their artillery in general does not get shot to pieces. A lot of skirms, of course, for the Portuguese pushing up here. Ooh, did they take any losses there? No, they didn't. So right now it's just kind of artillery, a lot of cav just sitting out in front. We do have a 6-pounder horse artillery. A LOC has been captured by some of the more cheap units of the UK. So they're trying to make sure they have an LOC advantage here, as it's a 1, a 2, and they have the advantage here. So the French are definitely gonna have to be the ones to attack. You can see, oh my goodness, I missed it. The general. Oh my goodness, the French general has gotten attacked by those lancers, or those Spanish guerrillas, and they're chasing him down, trying to kill him. There's only 2 of them left. They're running for their lives. Uh-oh, this is the general right here. This is the general, I do believe.
We have killed their general, sir.
Yeah, he's dead.
They must break.
That is unfortunate. That is going to be a problem for the French, as they are going to have no general now for one of their armies. I still, like I was saying before, guys, I love positioning here. I'm going to skip a little ahead, because, I mean, nothing's... Oh, no, never mind. The Spanish are going for some artillery or for some skirmishers. This is going to be execution. They're going to hit those spikes. But they may take out an artillery piece. They may also rout without, you know... Those guys are going to wave, but they're going to be fine. Even better just to smash them in and take out the spikes so you can charge it again. Now, this artillery piece is stuck here now. They are not going to be able to move. Now, they probably don't need to, as this is going to be the position here. More artillery. It's looking like a big old artillery duel. So, I'm surprised the French haven't taken that windmill and that fence surrounding it. Push up, give a volley off, push back the scouting cav of the coalition here. Artillery for the Spanish 8-pounder setting up on this hill. And it would seem that there is quite a bit of just artillery dueling. No one seems to really want to push forward. Now, of course, the French are pushing down this road. Oh my goodness, never mind. There is a push happening. The French are pushing down this road here. So another French army probably is going to be pushing down this road. Wow, that's actually a lot of infantry. And they are going straight for the coalition here. If the French can advance right here as well, they maybe could turn that flank, because now Portugal is going to have to readjust here. So both sides not really contented to, you know, make the first attack, but perhaps the French are going to make the first attack on this right flank of the coalition. We have another general who I guarantee you these guys are going to try to go for, maybe. There's some cav guarding him. Still, man, still nothing. Both sides don't want to move. The Portuguese are going to readjust. Oh, no, we have another artillery being charged in by some lancers. I think they may get out of there. Oh, my goodness. They may actually break. Yeah, they broke the 6-pounder horse artillery. Both of them. They broke both of the horse artillery. So now they definitely have a slight artillery advantage once more. Of course, over here they were not able to really definitively knock that out. And the French are pushing in here. Maybe a countercharge now. We have... Oh, the artillery, though, is going to volley them. I don't know why they're blowing their chasseurs cheval. That unit's going to break as soon as they hit the Emperor's chambermaids. And this unit's... This is a waste. You do not want to countercharge. Just because your artillery got killed, you should not charge out into open ground and get annihilated in return. You know, it's unfortunate because now this army does not have cav to kind of anti-cav this cav. This infantry is going to be cav-less on this flank. And that is not good, especially since I think these corps don't bring a lot of cavalry. Now France is attacking here, and France is also pushing up on this side. I love to see that. It can get very aggressive here. Try turning the flank. They're going to get very close, start closing in with the enemy. Portuguese falling back or reforming a little bit. In fact, they're even moving their artillery back. As they may just readjust this line. They could readjust it all the way to here. Now, they don't need to yet. They can give some punishing volleys before falling back. But this is definitely where the action is going to be here. Skirmishers already opening up fire. Who are they opening up on? Oh, we have these guys. Taking some losses here. If the French can coordinate at least two of their armies, they can take on the majority of the Spanish and French. Now, of course, I meant Spanish and Portuguese, sorry. The French are advancing over here. They don't have their artillery advantage, so I think overall they've just agreed to advance. I mean, they don't have the LOC advantage. The Spanish coalition does. Now, I think the French could be going for more lightning-fast tactics like, I mean, what? Napoleon survived off of lightning-fast reflexes, hitting the allies or the coalition where they weren't the strongest, just surrounding out maneuvering, and that's why those units usually are a lot faster. You see L4s, L3s for the most part, versus, you know, I mean, granted, of course, you know, the UK has some pretty fast troops, but the Spanish, for the most part, shouldn't. Although they look like, okay, they're about evenly matched, actually, in this fight. But already, we do have the fight beginning here. We do have cavalry defending the lights, the voltigeurs. We're going to be fighting some pretty punishing shots over time against the Spanish. Spanish have a lot of reserves, though. And they're going to be pushing up here. I do like the positioning that the coalition has. But the French are being very wise in attacking this side where the terrain is not as favorable and artillery is not really set up. This side has a hill that, I mean, this is such a strong position here. I'm making a prediction now. The French are going to lose. They're going to lose against such a strongly defended position. I mean, you got the Spanish even pushing up here. I mean, you got French over here on this hill. Wow. Look at these guys. Good grief. But anyway, they're going to have a lot of trouble as if they start pushing up here. Spain is just going to swing around and flank them. You can see already artillery really punishing the French as they advance. Like, gonna punish every step they make with artillery. Now, this side definitely heating up a little bit. I love seeing the regular volleys. France has a very strong army that can do very well here. They just gotta push up, get really nice and close, and they can defeat the Portuguese and the Spanish here. And like I said, they are focusing inside. Now, of course, we do have some artillery pushing up. This 8-pounder is going to start really hurting the army of the French. Now, there is some cap and also some more artillery pushing up here, 4-pounders. So both sides looking to kind of get their artillery involved in the front line action. Over here, just a little skirmishing by some of the company skirmishers of Spain who are now going to fall back. This fight, I think, is going to go very well, though, for the coalition. This fight, we will see. The French definitely could have a huge, successful push, I do believe. Artillery is going to already start opening up fire. They are repositioning area, and you can see they are going to go for the French guns immediately. Ooh. This infantry is actually blocking the artillery, I think, from killing the 4-pounders. This French army, though, really taking a lot of losses here, wavering before they even made it to lines just because of the focused artillery. This is
a glorious victory,
brutal.
Is soon to be yours.
I mean, these guys are wavering too. This is just... This is a very unwise attack. But we'll see. We'll see what they can do. If they can start caving this flank, maybe it'll work. Oh, no, that artillery did break. Artillery probably got some really good shots off on them, and the French army is just not doing well this time around. They're just doing very poorly. This attack can still go very well for the French. Artillery way back. The Portuguese being very smart and leaving the artillery way back to fire in here without letting it get charged. That way they can even the odds and help out. They have a huge gap in the line, just kind of just fire right through there. France can also push up some more 4-pounders. See if they get picked off. The French have just now, looks like they are finally going to push up here. And Spain's actually going to go and meet them. And we have another storm rolling in, so hopefully the electricity doesn't go out. May have jinxed myself, but these 12-pounders are really gonna be slicing and dicing up the French army. France seems to have actually gotten in here in combat. Although Spain doesn't seem to have a ton of infantry now facing them, and France seems indecisive. If they just pushed, if they got into close
Our men
combat...
are running, sir.
Oh. Yep. Artillery getting charged here. 8-pounders getting charged. I missed it. Chasseur Cheval going in here. Defeating the guns of Spain, so kind of tipping the scales back in favor of the French maybe a little bit. Friendly artillery fire maybe from Portuguese taking out their skirmishers. Over here, France seems contented to stand back and get shelled. What are these guys doing? I'd be oh no, we have some volunteers, or not volunteers, but some Spanish cav maybe trying to go for the artillery piece.
Our men are running, sir.
And friendly fire, friendly charge, kind of destroying that. So Spain's gonna lose their cavalry. It was almost a sneaky maneuver, almost worked. Artillery, though, for France has set up. Oh, that's gonna start really to hurt the Portuguese. No fighting over here yet. We do have some cavalry. 2 of them. Oh, don't go with 2 of them at once. Well. Oh, man. The Spanish may still lose their guns. But France is throwing away even more cavalry here. And over here, I don't know what France is planning on doing, but they can't stand there. They cannot just stay here. I mean, they are just dying without ever fighting. That's not... It's good Spanish men, or, gosh, French men are dying. Oh, did the artillery get broken? It did. So, just everyone taking out the enemy guns on both sides. Both sides not wanting them to set up. Everything seems focused around the artillery. Which isn't a bad thing, but... regular volleys, you can hear that beautiful sound. France is kind of staying stagnant in the line fight. They need to be pushed. They need to get aggressive here. They need to stay aggressive and not let themselves be caught in a fight. Also, don't charge them in from way over here. Run them over here and then charge when you're almost, you know, when you're close by. This cav is going to die to these volunteers. They're going to get volleyed. Over here, France is just still, I'm not sure what they're doing. But their cav and infantry are just getting shelled. We possibly have some Spanish cav pushing up here, possibly to go for some of those skirmishers. Possibly here. Yep, they're gonna go for these skirms. Watch the firing squad. Oof. Alright, well, while that's happening, the actual true fight is raging. Now, yeah, this is wise, actually. France is shifting away from the guns on this side to push on this side. They need to push in. If they just swing in like this and just push, no, they could squash these two forces with 3 armies. The 3 French armies haven't made super big headway. They do have artillery still, 4-pounders, that are going to start really making it painful for the Portuguese. But still, like I said, this battle still seems very slow going. It needs to speed up. Kingston demands action. No. But it's more fun when there's actually, you know, tons of stuff happening.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Oh, he is close to where the bullets are flying, so he could easily get shot. You see he's actually going to fall back. I like how he's the last one to leave. It's like, ah, no, I'm the last one. So this is a very weak point, I think, in the Spanish line. This is what I think. That's my opinion. I think that it's very weak. If they focus on it for just a little bit, they could punch through here and turn the flank. As you can see already, the Spanish are falling back as well as the Portuguese. That may be very wise to do. They just have to delay until this army gets just toasted by artillery, which is exactly what is happening. I mean, these guys, this is all from artillery, guys. All this is artillery. All along here. Now, not over here, but all the rest, this is artillery. That is terrible. And these units are not very large. We do have line infantry possibly going to go in for the artillery. This poor 56 infantry is going to go to their death. They're going to start stepping over horses and men that have fallen. They're going to get canistered into oblivion. And they never even made it. That is so unfortunate. But we do have some cav that went in for the line infantry of Spain, so they're trying to really puncture in here. Starting to focus on the side. Ooh, some Portuguese cav going in now. The Portuguese cav is not that good compared to the dragoons of France. So finally, France going to use their cav, their superior cav, in fact. And then they can start pushing in against the Portuguese flank here. Spain's going to try to wheel around here. France could start shifting over more infantry to kind of support this side, as Spain's going to try to capitalize on some very massive guns. Now we possibly have some lancers who are bravely going to go in here. Yep, and Spain may finally lose their artillery. Ooh, you can go for a gen. Don't stop there. Go for the Spanish general. Do it. Come on. No, no, don't kill the guns. These guns are wavering. Are they gonna... oof. But this French army could get a little more aggressive. This French army should decide to either fall back or push.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, who's running? Oh, some volunteers. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The French are going to start pushing forward. Oh, we do have some line infantry going in for a bayonet charge. The only problem with this is their morale's not going to hold up well, as they are surrounded by enemies. Unless they follow it up with some cavalry. Oh, the Spanish are having trouble as these lancers are still alive. Artillery and cav gone. Now, they did break against a general, but they are not as strong on this flank, and France can start really pushing there. France is going to start really pushing. Portugal and Spain are going to kind of maybe fall back. They have artillery they can fall back towards, which is not a bad idea. They do have some cavalry still for Spain in the back line, some heavies. Going to be very, very useful in this fight. And they're actually going to start falling back. Maybe they're going to fall back to this ridge. You see, actually, yeah, some of the King's German... Wellesley's going to send over some of his line infantry, as France does not seem interested in attacking this front. So they're actually going to fall back in the center. It's such a strong position. They could probably leave one faction to defend the whole thing and shift everyone else over using all their artillery to just focus down this one French army, who is isolated, by the way. In fact, it may be wise to even attack with France and the UK, although it looks like they're going for a hill, so maybe not. I was like, hit them while they're isolated. But so far, they have been very cautious, the coalition has, and this seems to be paying off. This battle is almost 30 minutes in. Yeah, we're almost 30 minutes in. Very slow going. Very slow going. The French could be a little more aggressive, I think. really capitalizing and punishing the coalition for falling back. They have not taken any LOCs. All this death has not really done much. We don't see any pushing yet. And the thing is, the French are letting the Spanish reform and reinforce. I mean, the coalition is going to send over a lot of UK units. They are pushing. They are allowing their enemy to reform and reorganize their lines. And now they're going to push. But now before the French are going to take some losses. And they're going to get volleyed as they're pushing up. Seen a lot of peninsular wars recently in replays, and I do love them. The Spanish land, the maps are some of the most beautiful I have seen, to be honest. It's very nice. This fight is going to continue now. Artillery gone now. I think the UK are going to actually shift over. Yeah, they're going to shift over the 6-pounder. They could put it right here. And then just, boom, be firing down the field of view. But the French are going to keep pushing, and Spain is actually going to fall back once more. And France looks like they actually are contented to just sit back here, which is not wise, actually. They're basically letting... they're just getting shelled, and they're letting their enemy shift over troops now. They've isolated themselves totally from the rest of their army. And the UK are going to go in, and I don't think the French are going to do well now. The UK can start pushing on the flank here. This may spell doom for the French army. They got some Swiss pushing up on the side, though. Very nice looking. But the amassing UK and Spanish on their flank is not a good outlook for them. And these light dragoons chambermaids going into battle once more, attacking some dragoons. Smacking them around, maybe? No, they're getting smacked around, actually. They're gonna waver here. This is a very slow moving battle. I know it's just, I keep repeating myself. So the UK do have some, ooh, they're heavies. Yikes. So they reinforce their heavy cav to this side. Now this is gonna probably be able to push back any French incursion of cavalry with their dragoons. Plus, with some backup of the Portuguese cav, they should do just fine. The UK definitely have that side locked down. Ooh, a big old cav fight here in the center. Oh no, the horse artillery got charged by dragoons. The French are still definitely prevalent here in the center here. And now these skirms may actually be in danger of getting shot. Well, that's unfortunate. The UK center with their skirmishers actually seems to have been caught out. Now they're safe. Not before they lost one of them, though, unfortunately. And they lost their horse artillery. So this push, both sides don't seem to want to really seize an initiative, unfortunately. The UK I think, should have been pushing up here a little more aggressively, because now the French have reformed. They have the reserves shifted over to this side. The French did send in, or got charged by the Spanish dragoons. But, I mean, both sides still not doing much, guys. I mean, both sides. And we do maybe gonna have a cav fight over on this side. We do have some French hussars getting charged by the Spanish. But, man, this is just such a slow-moving battle. No one seems to really want to commit into a fight that will last the entire time. Now, there's a possible fight happening over here, but the French, of course, are going to start... Oh. Yeah, so finally we do have some fighting here. Some skirmishers pushing up, some cavalry backing up to keep them from getting charged. The Spanish are still in the back lines here. France is taking shelter in the hills, it looks like. Although maybe they are going to shift over to reinforce their opponent on the other side. We do have a cav charge. Some of the light dragoons going in against hussars. Not going to go well, and now some more cavalry is going to go in against the hussars. And both sides have once again fallen back. So, this is like the attrition war for sure. 27 minutes remaining in this fight. Someone's going to have to make a move in the near future. He can't keep fast forwarding. I really thought that France was going to go in on that hill. They really looked like they were going to, but maybe now they can attack. The coalition is weak on their stronger position. But hopefully they're going to coordinate with their ally. Man, this battle is just odd. It feels a little odd. Maybe I'm the French are going to form up here. We do have some...
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, is there a fight here? Some hussars against the Spanish. The artillery unscathed. Made it out of there. Once more, the lines have been redrawn. I mean, how many times are they going to redraw these lines? How many times? The Spanish are going to start pushing up here. I think they're going to finally take the fight to the French. At this point, honestly, I would just be like, let's just fight, you know? Like, let's fight. And that's exactly what they intend to do. They're going to try to catch the French out of position. They do still have their artillery defending. As the rest of the French try to push up, they're going to try cutting off any reinforcements.
The entire unit
And it does appear the French are going to start pushing up against the UK here. UK going to get off some volleys probably first. Countercharge the light dragoons against some cuirassiers. Oh, that's going to go dreadfully well. I didn't even know they had cuirassiers, but those heavies are going to do very good against some light cav. But the fight is starting to pop off once more. Oh, look at this sneaky little cav unit here. Look at this. There's two generals. You have Suchet. Oh, two of them, and they're going to get charged. The general is going to get shot, maybe? Yeah, one general has been routed, another one is going to, as the French are going to finally start pushing up here. Spain is also waiting for the French to push up here. We may finally have our big fight here that hopefully will not stop. The UK doing pretty well here as the French have been worn down by artillery, as this army was worn down a lot by artillery, but the Spanish are definitely having some problems of their own. You can see how weak some of the units are. London's going to push up against the Portuguese. Over here, the Portuguese are finally getting pushed up on. Still not very super aggressive, and the French could definitely be a lot more aggressive here. I think they could rout this. But finally, the French seem to be maybe having some wavering on the Portuguese side. So finally, the French may be seeing some of their work paying off. We do have the Spanish pushing up very close here. Some very large units that could definitely get some severe volleys off on the French. Musket bug? Maybe? Also, I don't want to miss this, because we have some cavalry pushing in here, going against the skirmishers. Spain is forming up here, and France is going to make their stand around this windmill. So this is kind of the final play here. They both realize there's 21 minutes remaining here. France actually is pretty shaken in certain areas here. So is, oh my goodness, Portuguese having a huge rout as some Voltigeurs. Interesting choice of melee unit. Voltigeurs are side charging the Portuguese. Over here, the Portuguese are just breaking. Finally, the French using their weight and numbers to get really close, using their morale to keep them in the fight. The artillery gonna maybe try to drive them back. But the Spanish are starting to have mass routing. This is about to be a chain rout on this side. Huge push, though. with infantry and cav against the French center. And this French army could possibly be near breaking. Over here, it's going to now be a massive shootout fest. And I think they pushed out, guys, because there's 20 minutes remaining, and if they feel like they're starting to lose, they can fall back and use their LOC advantage to win. But this side is looking shaky here. Spain just had a huge break. Thankfully, the UK were in the back lines, ready to save the day. Oh, we got some cheeky, basically...
Our men are running, sir.
I think this is like a sapper unit charging the flank of the French as they are trying to push up here. But yeah, Spain is breaking right here. Now the UK are in position to hold this line, and France getting really pushed by the French, or by the Spanish in the center here. This heavy cav really doing some damage. And Spain could use this spearhead to kind of swing around the flank, as France actually looks like they may be starting to run out of steam a little bit, especially in this center attack. Oh, over on this side, the French, I think, are going to do well. They seem to be definitely outnumbering the Spanish, who may have to start falling back. There was a cav fight, another cav unit. The cav of the coalition has been way more in this fight. Oh, a back charge. This could really break a lot of French here, and the mass rout could begin, and the French could start really losing this fight. Looking here, you can see the split and the mass routing here as this Spanish army continues to push. On the other side, though, the French are pushing. That UK heavy cav may be needed soon. But this is just going to turn into a swinging, like you can see they are... Ooh, they're charging with a lot of units at one infantry at a time. They're just going down the line, charging them. Be careful you don't start doing too much of just mass units together and just pushing them all at one infantry at a time. But yeah, Spain has basically broken France. France is routing all over the board. This is going to be, even if France manages to push back with some of their army, they're not going to have an LC advantage or victory. And the French army is gone in the center. My goodness. So Portugal just has to fight a retreating battle still. And this battle definitely was super long and finally heated up at the very end here. As we have a French army on the left flank, a French army on the right flank, and a little bit of remnants in the center here, but not very many, and they're getting cleaned up by Spanish cav very quickly here. Thankfully, the UK were here. This UK was super helpful, and that Spanish push in the center. I believe right here we can see all the death. They're able to push and make a decisive turning point in this fight. Spain gonna start pushing on the French. So the French are gonna try to meet up with the remainder of their allies. There's a couple units of French line infantry trying to maybe hold. But basically the only fight left is over here, where at this point just fight. You know, if you're the French, just fight. You're not gonna take the LOC most likely. Delaying the inevitable, as 17 minutes now left in this replay. Unless all this French infantry comes back, although I think this UK cav is going to try to ensure that that does not happen. One final stand by this French army. Definitely mistakes made, definitely things that could have been done better. And I may sound like a harsh critic, but I'm not going to say that I'm an expert in any way, shape, or form. Might give my opinion, and the UK are going to charge us their light infantry here, or their line infantry. Going to get countercharged by some dragoons of France. That may actually shatter these Lightfoot, as that is very brutal. We may have finally the UK going in with their cav. Yes, they did with their heavies. Going to do very well in this cav fight. And then they can start swinging around. They have their general, Arthur Wellesley himself, kind of in the back to make sure the units don't. And this could start collapsing the French army on this side as the infantry are going to push up. And that could spell doom for that army. This French army may last a little longer. But the French lost their generals very early on in this fight, which it did not do much to help them. I suspect they're going to make one final last stand here. They have men in square that can. Cavalry here made a little sloppy. I'm charging a square, but I mean, look, what is this? A little bit of, looks like a push through. Oh my, okay, well, they're pulling their cav out of there. Line infantry have charged the square. The rest of the French have decided to go in, just bayonet charge, as it is basically over. This is the final army that is standing in a line fight here. Not wanting to give up. Never gonna give up, you know. Anyway, we had a line infantry to push out and actually take care of some of these skirmishers. Trying to rout that flank. This French army does not want to go down. The rest of the French are gone, so it's just this one final fight. I'm gonna fast forward here because this may take a little while for the rest of the reinforcements to show up. Spain is going to charge in some of their cav here, going to get hit by a square. Charging their line infantry, some grenadiers, going to help make some crazy good plays here, perhaps start routing. As the rest of the infantry is going to start pushing up here. Huge charge in the back of the French here. They're just trying to do a chain route at this point with the morale. You can see the morale is starting to cave a little bit. And the French are going to start falling back. It's over. I think they all know it. More grenadiers. These grenadiers don't want to let these guys get away. Yeah, I'm just going to keep fast forwarding. I don't think anything else of note will happen. Besides this massive last stand here. So we can watch it in real time, or fast forwarded time, I should say. Got the UK. They should just push over here. You don't need to first. Just push over. Just push over units and units and units. Oh, we do have the Spanish possibly going to push up some of their provisional grenadiers. Yep, and they're going to go in. And this could be it. This could be the beginning of the end. Yes, it is. There's a chain route here. It's going to start clustering. Just it's very satisfying when you're watching the enemy chain route. You break one, and then the next one breaks, and then the next one breaks, and the next one, and the next one. It's very satisfying. It's like watching a domino tower that you've made, and you're gonna watch it and just dink, 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 dink. Just gonna go one at a time. Especially now that these Dragoon Guard are going to go in. Yeah, it's definitely going to be. And that should be it, guys, for this battle. We will look at the stats. Very interesting game. Very different playstyle than sometimes I'm used to seeing. But, you know, we got the job done for the coalition. So this kind of slow but gradual falling back obviously worked well for them. And you see the kills and deaths. Artillery probably did some terrible work. Yeah, 149 kills with that 12-pounder. Eesh. But yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Look for more replays. I'll probably do some more of the tourney. Hope you guys are enjoying that as well, as that is for a cash prize. So, very small, but, you know. Yeah, you guys have a great Easter day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.